So I'll be talking to us briefly on strategic grant proposal writing, positioning ideas for funding success. Don't mind the English. Eh? What we are saying is that all of you seated there, you have ideas, isn't it? You have ideas about things you want to do. If you're giving money today, I'm sure you know what to do with the money. True of us. So now, what we are saying is that there may not be money in your hand, but if you have an idea, that idea will be made to attract money. That's what we are discussing now. And the simple trick you will use to use that idea to get money is what we are going to make you go through today. So briefly, that's just my profile. And I'm sure they are going to share this with you. So let me not trouble you with all those details. So I'll be talking about the purpose for the presentation and then food for thought. God, we need something to let us begin to think as we are going through the program. Introduction, working with institutional vision. Because this place you are now, there is a vision. I can see the core values of the place. I see some of the things, teamwork makes dream work. These are things that is guiding this place. Just what you saw here, it's not that they are jobless. What were they doing? They were working as a team to find solution. And then proposal as a concept. What is the challenge? Why are we teaching proposal writing, by the way? It's not only you. Even professors will learn it. Are you getting me? So there is no size for learning this one we are doing now. Because it's all about making your idea to attract the funds that you need to do your business, to do your career, or anything. So what is the purpose? The purpose is to steer your passion and motivate you enough to be active seeker of funds to promote what? Quality, innovative research for improved supervision, teaching, training, and service delivery. For you, this is what is more important to you. Service delivery. If you're doing a business, you are providing services. Let me use somebody that is selling along the roadside. That man or that woman, the one that is selling Indomie or Meshai, or that madam that is selling Mama Put. If you are used to going to that place 7 o'clock, what do? From your house, as soon as you just bathe, before 7, you want to be there because you want to be the one taking the food when it is hot. If, for example, you go 7, and then on a particular day, you get there at 7 and the woman is not there, what will you say? At least, first, you will say, madam, what happened? Or, if you are not a very loyal customer too, you will just turn and see another person somewhere, you will go there. The next day, if you come by 7 and the person is not there, and you go to the next person, what happens to you on the 3rd day? You will just go straight to the other person because the service delivery has been broken. Service delivery has to do with what? The quality. It has to be with innovation. That is it. Which is, of course, part of the theme for this year's program. And then timeliness. Timeliness is all part of it. So the food for thought is this. In life, you are either running with a vision or going on a mission or burning with what? A passion. If you don't belong to any of these ones, for that kind of person, life will be like a burden. I'm sure all of you seated there, you have a vision for your life. At least you have a goal. It's possible that somebody has nominated you to be here, but it's also possible that most of you applied on your own because you saw the opportunity, you applied. And you didn't just apply. I want to believe because you think that when you come, they'll be giving you monthly stipend. Stipend is not salary. I hope you know. When they call something stipend, it means when you pass through that process and you have your own capacity, you can get something far higher than that. That's why it's called stipend. Stipend is just to maintain the person for the time. So if you must have a vision or a goal in life. You must have a mission to accomplish what you have seen, and you must also have the passion to persevere even when there are challenges on the way. By way of introduction, because I believe that those of you who are here participating, you're already business people. Even for those who want to go into academics, this is also important for you. That is, those of you who want to further your education, this is very important for you. And also for those who are in business or who intend to enter businesses, it's also important for you. Because it's not everybody you just walk to and tell them, uncle or auntie or oga, I need money. If you go and tell somebody I need money, even if the money is pouring down, the person will tell you I don't have. In fact, nobody has money to give to anybody who doesn't have a plan. What we are learning is to help you come up with what? A plan. You may have a thought, you may have an idea, but until you are able to put it down as a plan, nobody will be willing to support it. For those of us who believe in the scripture, it's also stated there. When the idea comes, it instructs us what? To write the vision down. He didn't say think the vision. He said what? Write. Even God is instructing you to write. So what we are learning is how to do what? Write that your vision down, so that if I carry it, I will understand. For example, if you look at this now, these are some of the things they've written here. Teamwork makes what? Dream work. In other words, what this one is telling you is that there is no idea you have that only you can make it work. You need to work with people. So successful businesses globally are entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurial means they know how to create money from the idea. And let me help us as we go through this. One of the ways to know what you have, something that will work for you in life, is go for something that you have passion for. Something that is a natural thing for you. If you're very good at painting, there is no need to go and be pretending as if you want to be doing construction, because you will struggle with that construction. But if painting is your normal style and you do painting, even what others have constructed, you go and do painting for them and sell to them, they will buy. Like this office now, if you are very good at painting and you do a fine painting about this building and bring it here, Speedlink management will buy it and put it in one of the corridors there. Do you get what I'm saying? So what you use for your entrepreneurial thing should be something you have passion for. Some persons will tell you, oh, they are very good, they like to cook. If you like to cook and you open eatery, it's not a good business for you already. Because for you, it's your passion. You know how to cook, but you are busy looking for how to go and do whatever I don't understand. You will struggle because idea will not even come. Being entrepreneurial, what empowers business to thrive under prevailing what? Paucity of funds. This one means when they say there is no money. But when you are working within your own space of something you have passion for, even when they are saying no money, money will be following you. Because people will see your work and be asking the other person, where did you do this one? The other person will tell the other person, and your good works will help you to sell. But grant seeking, which is looking for money to support your business, your career, your education, is a big business globally. This place is running. It is not running based on charity. I hope you know. It is running because those who are managing it know how to what? Seek for grant. It is funded. That's why you're here. It's funded. It's not free, even though it's looking like free, but it has been paid for on your behalf. And they are able to pay to this place because this management here has the ability to what? Seek for grants. And it is that secret we are going to share with you. It's a big business globally, but the big question is, as you're seated, what is your share as individual or team? Already you are beginning to enjoy some of the share of that money. How? That you succeeded in being here. You started enjoying what? Grants. It's a grant. This one they have given you to be here, it's a grant. And consider it as a seed grant for you to begin to look for other things. If after all this training, they find you later that you have not improved beyond this, you know that even you yourself, you will not be happy with yourself. So grant seeking, grantmanship is an art and process of soliciting what? And securing what? Funds for research and development. The one that brought you here is for what? Development. Because they want the communities in that place, the Obag area, to be developed. And the easiest way to develop a place is not to build roads, it's not to build houses. It's what? The human being. And it's one of the challenges that we have in most of the sub-Saharan Africa. People go to school, most times people just struggle on their own. Out there, they enjoy this kind of funding. If you have funding, and they are saying, build your capacity, improve yourself, and if you don't do it, who are you going to blame? You blame yourself. Even that one, even the devil, he will join people to blame you. Because he knows that this one, everything is said. Why is the person behaving like that? So that's what we are saying. Through what? Completive peer review. Now, every business performs three basic functions. Every business, whether it's academical, whether it's this type of business, whether it is Total, which is one of the funders for this program, whether it is NMPC, all of them, they perform three basic functions. Number one is what? Training. They train their staff. If it's a university, they train their staff. If it's a company, they train their staff. If it's Obagi, HD, what do you call it? HCDT. I like to call the full name. The acronym used to. So they are also doing what? Training. Because they understood that the best way to develop a place in a sustainable way is to empower the people. Not by calling them or gathering them, just say empower, you give them bicycle, you give them this. Fake. They are good though, but fake. Because most times you collect that thing as you're crossing the road. Some, they will sell it at a giveaway price that does not even add anything to them. But when you have developed your mindset and everything, that's a more sustainable development, because at that point, on your own, you begin to create things, not just for yourself, but for others that will be depending on you. The other one is research. If you are doing a business, for example, you cannot be a successful entrepreneur if you don't know how to do research. Like you start, if you're selling rice and dodo, the way you started 10 years ago, it's still the same style you're doing it. Certainly, some people will leave you, because if they come out, they have been sitting on bench. They have been patronizing you on bench 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They are not seeing at least bench with foam on top. Or one fine place with some chair like this. You know, some improvement. When people are seeing that as they are patronizing you, you are improving the place, they will give you more. But if they come, every day they come, the same bench that is there is broken. You keep crying, this one is not a good thing. No. So research helps you to what? Keep improving. Even as individuals. If you didn't conduct research, so that I don't think that research is a big story. If you did not conduct research, you wouldn't have known that there is an application for this program. True or false? Because there are still some people around where you are who don't even know that this thing exists. They may be hearing the trust, but they don't know that this thing exists because they don't conduct research. And then what is this one? Corporate social responsibility. Every company does this. This one you are enjoying now is part of the corporate social responsibility of NMPC and also Total, which is what we are enjoying. So entrepreneurial businesses are research intensive. But again, the question is for you, for all the money that is flying everywhere, apart from this one you have enjoyed now, what is your plan to get more, to advance you beyond this level? Because if after all this training, you refuse to do further than this and you still stay one place, you know what that brings? Anger, vexation. Because when you have increased your knowledge and you are not applying the knowledge, it's a problem. So I hope all of you seated there, your intention is, and for those online, I hope your intention is to ensure that after going through all this training, you'll be able to begin to apply it to better yourself. I'm sure the Speed Link will be there to continue to mentor you through and ensure that you get things going. For us, under the TAGDEF program, which I coordinate in the University of Port Harcourt, I've discussed with the management of Speed Link. Those of you who are able to show some excellence in what you're doing, we are going to partner with the Obagi Trust and see how we can also support them to get to the next stage through that process. Well, I'm just showing this one to demonstrate that every organization has vision that changes depending on the business ecosystem. So even as individuals, you must have goal in life. When I was in the university, in my second year, my goal that time was I must get a PhD before I stop reading direct like that. I've not got my first degree. Second year, I went to the library to do assignment. I said from there is something I saw. I said, this place, I like this place. I would like to work here. I said I must get a PhD. And I didn't stop. So after my degree, the last exam, when others are breaking biro and throwing this thing, me, I said, this will, there's no way I'm going to. Nobody will ask me this one. So I quietly left. After that, NYC. After NYC, I came back immediately for the masters. I pursued it. While I was still on that one, almost at the end, I got another. I was on scholarship for the masters. I was on scholarship for the PhD. So will you be able to? I said, why not? When there's money, will I sleep? I continued. 2 years. What others are doing for 3 years and above. 2 years, I finished PhD. Because the money was there. All my work is to study. It was when I finished and I came and got a job. In Uniport. I didn't lose anything. Those who thought they are even running ahead of me, I came, I've gone past. Because once you build yourself, forget about what you see when you're building yourself that way. Forget about what you see. Some of those things will fade. They will come back and be asking you, how can I get things going? So vision changes. When I got my PhD, my vision changed. I started talking about another thing, how to become a professor. Are you getting me now? Now I'm a professor. This year now, by 1st October, I'll be 10 years as a professor. I have another vision now. I want to become a global scientist. See me, I'm here inside Shobaya, I'm saying global scientist. How will that work? But it will work. What I'm doing is that I don't want to have arrival mentality. That is a problem for most people. You get one thing, you just because you check around you, you think that you are the only one that have, so you just carry your shoulder like this. You've arrived. Where? No. Once you've arrived, then the next thing is to start falling. Me, I don't want to arrive now. I'm still on a journey. So even as a professor, I'm still working as if I'm trying to get a first degree. Of course, if I enter here and just sit down with you like this, you may not even know that I'm a professor. Three of us. You won't know. So you must have a vision for yourself. So as you're doing this program, don't allow this program to end without you having a clear vision for yourself. Like in 5 years' time, what I would like to be. In 10 years' time, what I would like to be. When you have that kind of idea, it makes you know how to use your time. Nothing will distract you when they come and say, let's go. You say, well, you check yourself. That road they are telling me to go and pass, will it lead me to that 5-year plan or that 10-year plan? Once the answer is no, you give them an excuse. You say, I have something. There's nothing wrong in giving an excuse. Give an excuse. When I was doing my PhD program, my phone, I bought a new SIM. It was only my father and one of my cousins that had my number. I stop every other person. Why? Every time they call you, they say, your school no dey end. Meanwhile, they are not supporting me. They are not doing anything. You say your school no dey end. And me, my own vision is that I want to get a PhD before I end. And people are telling you, your school no go end. What did I do? I block all of them. Got a new SIM. Only my father is late now. And my cousin that had my number. Until I finished. The day I finished and came back, I defended. I don't know how they knew. The same people talking like that were the same people who first came that should sign referee. I didn't say I like be. So it means they were monitoring me. So please, dynamic organizations or individuals have what? Visions or goals that what? Change in response to what? The business ecosystem. What is the business ecosystem for you? Maybe you want to get a job, you want to open a company, you want to prepare yourself ready for some of the adverts you see. When you read adverts on paper, I think you used to see what they require. That is how to build yourself. They will say, you must have ICT experience, you must have this, you must have that. And if you don't prepare, before you know it, age is going on. Because one thing that does not stop is your age. And if at a certain age, you don't have certain skills, it will be difficult for you to even settle. That's why you see people keep reducing their age until no age for primary school. When you look at their CV, we used to see them now when we are recruiting people. They reduce. Then we ask the question, when did you attend primary school? Then answer no will come again. Because if you say anything, it will go and enter inside that their reduced age. So it means that from your mother's womb, you started, and you just came out from the womb and entered secondary school. You don't need to enter that one. No. Let your age be your age. Do what you're supposed to do at the time you're supposed to do it so that you keep moving. Okay. So the intention is to create awareness for potential experts of what? Proposal writing. All of you are experts. Even to decide to be here today, you wrote proposal. How many of you know? You don't know? You wrote now. Unwritten proposal, yes. Because you have a choice to be online or in the physical class. So those who are online, they have their reasons for being online. And those of you who are here, you also have what? Your reasons. You juggled with options before you decided to be here. That process of juggling with options before you go for the best option is what we are talking about proposal writing. So don't think that it is something that is meant for some people. No, no, no. Every time you juggle between options and decide on one, that process is what we are saying about proposal writing. The only difference now, if you are applying for funds somewhere, you will write. Are you getting me? You will write. It's to make you interested and well motivated to what? Seek grants. Grants is getting money to support your business, to support your education, to support anything you're doing. And then to make you active. As you are now, you have just come together. As you keep working, you will begin to realize amongst yourself, you say, oh, this person is very good at ICT. This person is very good at this one. This person is very good at this. If all of you with different skills, 2, 3, or 5, come together and begin to work, you will agree with me that what you are going to produce will be better than what any of you can do. And that is what you are seeing there. Teamwork. Teamwork. Okay. Well, we want to see a situation where at the end of this your training, each of you should be able to, on a good day, secure what? At least grants to support any idea you have. And it's very simple to get. It may be challenging, but there are different sources. You have a friend, that's your big friend, senior friend, who likes to send you on errands. You can throw some of these things to the person. When you have a clear business idea, you can throw that thing to the person. Where you worship, in the community, even the trust. I'm sure if they see any group of you coming together and coming up with a very good idea, they would like to invest in it. That is what we are talking about. Okay? So, for you to be able to write a winning proposal, you see now, to write a winning proposal, what do you need? Teamwork. You see the same thing there? And what? 3 things are needful. So we are going to see those 3 things now. Number 1, what do you see? Identify what? Potential donor or funder. That is to say, you have an idea already. You have to look for somebody or an organization that is willing to what? Support it. And at the end of this presentation, there is a list of links where you can try to get some of those things. What do you do next? Homework and what? Plan the proposal. I'm sure when you saw the advert for this training, for this cohort now that you are in 2026, when you saw it, did you just go ahead and start applying? Didn't you do some homework to say, let me find out what these people say, what do they do, what is their interest, before you apply? That's it. Homework. And then lastly, when you've done identified, you've done your own work, what do? You write. Carefully written, well-reasoned proposal. Good ideas, poorly written, may be what? Rejected. And so the same thing applies. Somebody may have a very bad idea, but the person knows how to package. You know, this is what we call packaging. The writing is what we call what? Packaging. You have the idea and you package it, then things will go. Why this one is important is that you need to pre-qualify yourself for what? Eligibility. If you see a call, you need to be eligible for it, so that you don't waste your energy writing about something that you know you won't even qualify for. Well, these are channels. How can you get information to write properly? These are all channels you can get information from. If you go online, you ask for journals in that place, you will get it. Review, short communication, conference, thesis, projects. In the library, you go there, you see. There is a general state library. I think some LGAs too have libraries. Go there, spend time online. Instead of using your online listing to do only quarrel on WhatsApp or any other place, use it to do research, to improve yourself. With the way we use social media most times, according to P Square and Co, Instagram. On Instagram, everybody is very rich. But all those things they are saying, most times, is not real.
Recording in progress.
Most of the things they say, most times, they are not even real, but they are saying it. So, and then you have, all right, sorry for that short break. So you have annual and technical working reports, newsletters, websites, anything you need simply, if you go to Google, as that is the most common one, and just type what you need, you will get some ideas. In fact, these days they use AI to get those things. But what the AI is supposed to do is to give you an idea, so that you don't go and use AI. It comes out with some things and you just copy like this and use it. It's not correct. And then what we are discussing now, project proposal and report. So if you look at this from 1 to 11, they are all systems that you know. Blogs and discussion groups, you know this one, that they used to quarrel mostly. But you can use it for research, not to quarrel. And you can have a group. All you are doing is how to share ideas. You don't quarrel. Don't show people what you say you have or what you don't have. No need. Just share ideas and keep advancing your business. So from all these ones, you get information. This one we are discussing now, how to write proposal. You need all those information to help you to write something that is marketable. Because proposal writing is about what? Selling your idea. Proposal writing is what? About selling your idea. So in case you don't know that you're already a marketer, now you know. For you to convince somebody to be interested in funding what you're doing, then you must have the capacity to sell those things. What is proposal? It's an art you master via practice. The best way to learn proposal writing, apart from this one we are doing, is to what? Start writing. The best way is to what? Start writing. No matter how rough it is, just write and send. Even me that is telling you all this story, sometimes I've been write 49, no work. Then the 50th one will work. That is the one people hear. I won't go and tell them I write, I fail. Even as you are seated here, if there is a call and I show you this format and all of us write, you will be surprised to hear that, sir didn't get it too. But many of you will win it. Does it mean I don't know how to write? No. It simply means that you have followed the rules better than me. There are rules. When they give you a guideline, read it and follow it. No this thing there. Yeah, I think they are going to share these things to you. So effective communication is essential for good proposals. When you're writing, you don't need to speak plenty grammar. Keep it simple and short. When it's simple and short, it becomes easy for anybody else to understand who does not really understand the technicalities of what you're saying, but they will still get it. There are two types: the long full proposals or shorter letter one, which they call concept note. Concept note is just maybe 2 to 4 pages. Simple. They just want to know the idea you have. And once that is done, it moves. At the back, at the end of this one, there is a place that I've given something like a take-home assignment, which has to do with writing a concept note. Because I'm sure that will help even the speed link management to look at the ideas you're putting forward and see how to group people together and make sure things are working. Most organizations require concept notes. Just this morning, a few minutes before I came in for this class, I was on a meeting with another organization that supports youth training and empowerment. One of the other oil companies. They are non-listing. What they want is job readiness for undergraduates. They are interested in final year students in the university to train. So their target for this thing is about 1,000. So they have asked me to also see how I can coordinate that so that they have 500 in the first day, 500 the second day to make it 1,000. Why am I saying this? I'm saying that the opportunities are there. There are many. I had a meeting with them 10 o'clock before I just came down for this lecture. So the opportunities are there. If you prepare yourself, you will always enjoy them. Some of us, getting involved, enjoying some of these things, not because I'm a professor. After all, there are many other professors, but because I intentionally position myself to be getting involved in these things. All right? So you too, you can do it. So some questions that sometimes when you talk about grants, some of the questions participants ask, is it easy to secure grants? It's not easy. I won't lie to you. If I tell you that it's easy, you know that I'm just deceiving you. It's not. But you can get it. And how will you get it? Is to actually practice how to get it. You try. It doesn't work. Try again. It doesn't work. Keep trying. Once you break through, you are in. Because that trick that you used to break through, you apply it for another one. You apply for another one. And the good news is that when you get one, even if it's 5,000 naira or whatever dollars, of course there's one, Tony Elumelu Foundation is there, that gives $5,000. And calculate what is $5,000. It's not small money for any business you want to do. About 7 million to start a business. If I give you now this class, you come, I just give all of you 7 million. Are you telling me that some of you, once I give you 7 million, we'll not see you again? So, but it's there. Every year they bring it out. So please use this opportunity to have a good business idea that you can sell for that Tony Elumelu Foundation to collect that 7 million. Start something and begin to be employers of people. You can employ. It's possible. Is writing a fundable proposal worth it? Yes. But it's what? Time consuming. Because this one that is bringing the grant, it is not free money. It is from the person's business profit. The person is helping society. So it's not free. What do funders seek? What do they need from you? Read the guideline calling for the application. You will see those things. Do I need personal contact to get funded? Unnecessary, isn't it? The other day I was hearing during your orientation, I heard the chairman of the trust challenging everybody there. Did you meet anybody in the management of this thing to get this thing? No, you don't need to. Just follow the rules, you qualify, you get it. I know that the way the country sometimes in some quarters, the way it's run, gives no hope for people who don't know anybody. But we are saying that don't give up. Because in the same system, there are still people who don't need you to know them to get something. Like the scholarship program we are running under the TAGDEF. I don't know any of those people that came. But I still am from a village. The same way I advertised it for everybody, that's how it was advertised. Those who got it got from Kano to Lagos to Enugu to Cross River to Bayelsa to Rivers. They are there. They are there on the program. Do I have a chance to secure grant? Yes. As long as you have an idea, you can get money to support it. And going through this program is also going to give you an edge to getting those things. How much can I request? Of course, that will depend on what the people you are approaching are giving and even what you need for that your business. What is the challenge? Why are we talking about proposal writing? I just want to let you know that we are not talking about proposal writing for only you. We are also talking about it even in the university, even in companies. We go there to teach and train them on these things. In the university, every level, they need it, from graduate assistant to professor. There are many people who still need this skill. So you are lucky doing it at this stage. And if you begin to develop yourself, in the next 2-3 years, you'll be glad that you did. And let me also give you one secret. I hope they are not going to hear me. No. Your LGA chairman, if you used to underrate them, this one is secret, so they are not hearing me. Your LGA chairman, if you used to underrate them, stop underrating them. Now they have plenty money. Even though they are still doing as if they don't have money, we know. You can approach. You have an idea, say, Honorable, this thing you are doing like this, I can help you. See this thing. It will touch X number of youths, and it will still be in your name. They will support it. I'm telling you, they will support it. Last year, November, I did a similar one for 3 LGAs. All I wanted was 100 out of school youths to be trained from each of them. That is 300. When we got there, we saw over 600. Over 600 youths. So what we did, even the souvenir we went with, t-shirt and cap, we just shared it. If you check somebody like that big man wearing t-shirt now, we will just give you cap. It will match. If we see like madam wearing this one, we say take t-shirt. It will match. That's how we did and took care of the 600 persons. So what I'm saying is that there are opportunities even at the local government levels now. The source you can also try. So good number of professionals find it difficult to put down ideas in simple what? Easy to follow pattern. Because, okay, if you want to put your idea together, don't make the mistake of saying you want to wait until you have everything you need to put things together. Anytime an idea drops, sometimes, let me tell you the secret how some of these things drop. You may just be sleeping, or you may just be somewhere, you may just be relaxing under a tree or somewhere, an idea will just come. Please, whenever you have that kind of idea, if you have paper and biro, write it. Because most of the things you see happening, it happens that way. Like the law of gravity. At least the records show that when Isaac Newton, how did it come about that? The force of gravity. He was under a mango tree, relaxing, and he saw mango fall to the ground. He said, why is it that this mango fell and it cannot go up back? That was what brought the inspiration for him to do. So whenever you have that kind of thing coming, write it. Write it, and later begin to think about it. That may be your source of breakthrough. Don't ignore it. How do you overcome the challenge? Conceive what and develop what? A good idea. I've just told you one of the secrets of getting those things. God drops something for everybody. And once in a while, He will drop one strange thought on how to make things work. Solve a problem and things will keep going. Identify funder, refine your proposal to suit the funder's requirements, write a strong proposal, and don't die in silence. When you write, you can always approach those who are ahead to help you, say, help me look at this. But don't go and give people who are very good at collecting people's idea and run. Because all of us, we know those kind of people, even in our communities. If you know somebody like that, don't go and say, Prof. Etela said I should give. No, not like that. Give to people trusted so that they can help you refine it and then you apply. Formulating attractive research grant proposal. How do you do that? You must demonstrate a clear what? Social problem that you seek to what? Solve. In your community, there is something. And let me tell you how to get some of those things. You may be working somewhere or observing something, and in your mind, you're saying that, but this thing, they can do it better. Why are they doing it like this? There should be a better way of doing it. Anytime you have that thought, what it means is that you have identified what? A problem. And since you know there's a better way of doing it, by the time you put something around it and begin to pursue it, you solve a problem. And every time you solve a problem, what follows is that you'll be providing similar service for other people. And when you start providing services for people, what follows? Income. That is the reason why some people will go and establish business. They see somebody within their vicinity selling, what do I say now? Selling boutique. Then you just go and jump. Be like say this thing is moving. Oh. You go and open boutique, even opposite the person. And then you find out that you are selling almost the same thing the person is selling, but people are not coming your way. They are going there. For those of you who believe in other things too, you go and enter church and tell your pastor to come and pray. Meanwhile, the difference between you and the other person could be your behavior. Are you getting me? It could be what? Your behavior. When people come to you, they want to buy something, you will just sit down. They are asking you, you are angry. Meanwhile, the other one, you are not entering the shop, just standing there saying, hey, can we get you anything? We have some things here, we have this. But you, they will walk inside your shop, you are still seated. Or when they enter, you have mats. In fact, some of them even turn the place to bedroom instead of business place. They are sleeping. They will come, you are sleeping. So I think we will learn better when we do all these things now. Now the problem must have what? Provincial, regional, or national. You are creating local solutions with what? Global relevance. That is to say that, yes, what you're doing may be peculiar to your community or your immediate environment. But you should know that that thing you have observed in that place, there are others who are also facing that same problem. By the time you do that and identify, what are you doing? You're expanding your business. Studies show that when here you have students, you are students now, isn't it? Yes. Young people led projects are more likely to what? Attract funding. So you have an advantage. You have an advantage. In fact, even me, when I write most times now, I work with my project students. It's them that I put for front to apply. When they win, means I have won, is it not? And we are together. The one I will apply, they will say, no, this one don't, senior person. But if they are the ones applying, they say, no, this one qualifies. So you have an advantage to get those things. But working as a team, you see, it's there again. Teamwork. Network or what? Consortium increases your chances. And that gives you what? SDG 17. You know there are 17 of them. 17 Sustainable Development Goals. In case you don't know them, please, in the course of this your period that you'll be here, Google Sustainable Development Goals. Study it. Because there is work for you to do. Just on the 24th or so of this month, earlier on the 9th or 10th or so, we organized the first Niger Delta SDG Summit, Youth Summit, here in the University of Port Harcourt. We coordinated that one. Because every state has an SDG coordinator. And then they have a national office. That SDG, there is so much activity there for youth. If you don't know, you won't know. So study the SDG, read through it as if you want to write exam. There will be one that will be most appealing to you. If you carry only that one and start running with it, you will give yourself plenty job. Are you hearing me? So when you collaborate, you work together, different people with different skills, working together, it makes things better for you. So these are the 17 SDGs. Globally, from now to what? 2030. How many years now? 4 years. Okay, if you add this one now, that is. This is 2026. Let's add 2026. 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. And that is 4 years and 9 months. Yeah, we are in March now. 4 years and 9 months. You will be very busy if you work within any of these ones. For example, if you say you're interested in climate action, you'll be doing anything that has to prevent climate change. Tree planting. And these days now, we are promoting planting of economic trees, not just any tree. So if you plant, for example, you decide to go somewhere and you plan with some people to do oil palm. You know, oil palm is a very good business. You know they lost. How many of you know? You plant, you have a land, you plant the thing. Once they start fruiting, you will just be harvesting. You want to go into cocoa, it's there. You want to go into ogbono, it's there. So you are planting trees, but economic trees. When it start coming, that's your business. Yesterday I was talking with somebody, said there is a pepper, this yellow pepper, those of on our way they cook. I know most of these guys, but these days guys they cook even very well too. That pepper, that yellow one, I know, madam, when you go market, you buy that one. You will just put small inside the, it will just give it, call it again. Habanero pepper. Yeah, madam Savion. I don't want to call the English because Mr. Sayara yesterday, I don't know what to, but it's good. The way the man was calling it, I thought he was saying another thing. That pepper, he was telling me that it is hot cake in the Netherlands. If you produce it, there's market for it. So market, you are not only doing local market. If you produce it, international. And it says it sells better between November and March. Because that time, for them, is winter. They are not producing it. Any other time, they are producing it, so it will be competitive. But within that period, they don't have it, but they need it. So any of these things will give you something to work with. Clean water and sanitation. If you focus on that one in your community or anywhere, you know there's plenty of work for you to do. So please, now we live in a world where we constantly battle for our lives, with the hope that we can win. That's why you're here, isn't it? If you see other of your colleagues who are not here, you ask them, they say, Nigeria don't finish. But every time hungry they catch them, they will want to eat, but they say Nigeria don't finish. But you are here to challenge that thought because you have the hope that you can win. But to win, all efforts through research, project, innovation, creativity must indicate the sustainable development goal that you are contributing to. That is what funders support. Speedlink is not getting this training because they are Speedlink. They are getting it because they have identified the SDG to which this your training is contributing to. At least you saw SDG 8 there. Did you see that one? Decent work and economic growth. What about this? Quality education. Quality education does not mean only inside the formal system. It can be formal, it can be informal, it can be non-formal. All of them, quality. All right, there are 5 pillars for the SDG. Assuming in your own business, you're focusing on people, there's work for you to do. If your own business is focusing on prosperity, there's work for you to do. If your own prosperity means entrepreneurship, enterprise, people means you are giving them quality education, ensuring that they meet up certain things. What about the planet? If your work is focusing on planet, which means you're protecting the environment, greening the environment, preventing pollution, even campaign against pipeline vandalism is also a business. What about peace? If you're working within the peace space, conflict resolution and all those things, you will have plenty of work to do. Because you know there is always conflict everywhere in this our place, even in Nigeria. What about this? Partnership. Teaching people the benefits of working together, peaceful coexistence. If that is the only thing, you have an outfit. If that is what you're doing, you will get plenty of work to do. I'm telling you, plenty of work. So all the SDGs you saw, the 17 of them, they are based on these 5 pillars. So researches and projects shall contribute to sustainable development when they appreciate the 3 P's of sustainability. People ensure social inclusion. What again? Ensure what? Environmental protection. Profit. Ensure what? Economic growth. This is how it works. So if you choose any of them to work within that space, there will be plenty of work for you to do. I'm bringing up these things so that you know that you have limitless scope to get things working. So what are some of the steps you need to follow to prepare your proposal? Because if you don't know these secrets, madam, what happen? Now you come last, now you come to sleep first. Eh? I hope you guys have not eaten ever. Eh? You see?
2-1.
I know. Well done, man. Okay. So the steps: request for application form, if they have, which of course most organizations do. If you use the wrong application form, your proposal will not be considered. Step 2, call a past grantee. That's somebody who has attracted that thing before. Now, you know that in your community, for example, when next they call for this advert, you can advise somebody from your community, this is how to apply. This is how to, is it not? That is this one. A past grantee, somebody who has walked through that part before, can advise. If you don't have that kind of person, you can call a past reviewer. For example, if you know these big people here now, you say, I'm interested in applying for this, so what can I do? They may give you advice how to go about it. That's what is there. Then the last one, in case you don't know anybody, you can always approach, like the trust. You approach any of the members, say, I'm interested in this. Okay, you can apply. We are going to advertise so time. Well, that's information. But how do you set up a team? We have talked about team many times. All these things are essential for you to get a very good proposal. You need a visionary proposal manager, somebody that will be overseeing the team. Amongst you, you get a person that will be doing that for you. You need, of course, in this case now, all of you are young people. So, but in a standard one like that, you need what? 1 or 2 young, mentally energetic persons with relevant skills. You need a good proposal writer. So when you put your thoughts together, I'm aware that towards the end of this your program, you'll be asked to work in groups. And each group will be coming up with ideas that you will come and pitch a competition. Each group will come up with ideas on what they will do. So that is why I'm showing you this one, so that by the time that comes, you know what to do. Amongst you, you get a leader, you get others who are doing different things, so that it's not just a one-man show in a team. Then it's no longer a team. A team means that every person makes contribution, and then one of you will be able to put all those ideas together so that it flows in one language. You can get partners, and the partners will be like others that you may contact who are not members of the team, to ask them for advice on your thoughts to help improve what you're doing. And of course, allocate time and resources to each member to ensure that you have targets as you're working. Of course, a good and neutral editor. When you have done those things, it's always a good habit to have somebody who is not in the team to look at it in a way that can help you to see. So keynotes for a typical proposal format. Now, this one I'm sharing with you. In case you want to write, for example, you want to write to that senator in your place, or the House of Assembly person in your place, or the LGA chairman, or anybody you want to write that doesn't have a template for the application, you can follow this format to write. Just make it very brief for them. So the first one there is what? The title. And the title must be what? Catchy, precise, and carry selling words. Selling words. For example, if you're writing something and you're talking about gender equality, for example, people will be interested in it. If you are talking about climate change, mitigation, people will be interested. So those things that are in vogue, as far as that area you're talking about is concerned, you write them, it works. The project leader, it could be you, your name, and your affiliation. The executive summary, that's number 3. In that order, executive summary, in a single, simple to read what? Paragraph that states what you want to do. And then abbreviations and acronyms as used in the write-up, if you have used any of those things. Then you have introduction. Under the introduction, you establish your competence and why they should choose you in preference to others. And then the problem statement. Remember, we said one of the strategies for writing a grant proposal that will be attractive is that there must be what? A clear social problem that you want to solve. So here, you're going to state that problem that is connected based on your introduction, that problem that you're trying to address. And then the goal and objectives also means what? The purpose, the aim for why you're writing the proposal. And of course, the expected output. You know, when you say you want to carry out a study, if they give you money, you will do this. Yes, when they give you the money and you implement that thing, what is going to happen? You should be able to say that if we do this, it will help people to save money, it will help people to save time, it will help people to make more profit. It will create jobs for youth. Those kinds of things are the things you will state here. You may not be specific, but just say the big picture of what is expected. Number 9, expected outcome. Positive changes expected. For example, it's expected that after we have gone through this short training, that you should be interested enough to start preparing yourself on how to attract funding to support your ideas. Methodology, this one is just what approach will I use to achieve it? Oh, I will visit this place, I will go to this place, I will take sample here, and that process you will go through to achieve that, to have to solve that problem is what you will write here. It doesn't need to be too complex. Make it very simple so that every person who reads your work will understand. Collaborators, if there are organizations that will support you, you work with them. Time frame is simply the duration. How long will it last? You state. And then the project timeline and work plan. So you say, if it's a 6 months project, in the first 2 months, we are going to recruit persons. In the next 3rd month, we shall be, interviewing them. In the next 4th month, we'll be going to the field to train people. The 5th month, we'll continue the training. The 6th month, we'll write up our report. This is how it goes. It's not a very complex thing. Just what you are thinking, put it on paper with the intention of making another person to understand what you're thinking. Logical framework. This one presents the project on a simple tabular form. That is, there is a template for each of those things. For this one, there's a template. If you type online to say logical framework types, you will see different types. You select any one you like and use. But what the logical framework does is that it summarizes the whole project on a single page of paper in tabular form. And then the project budget, number 15, is very essential. Pay serious attention. If your budget is too high, you know that you're going to make them feel that you don't know what you're doing. Also, if it is too low, they will think that, in fact, you don't even have knowledge of what you're doing. So your budget must be reasonable and within the guideline of the funder. So, example, in writing a project title, it is the most important part of a proposal. It should be catchy and attract the interest of the funder. It should be precise, maximum 15 words, but 5 to 10 words is very fine. Don't make it too lengthy. If it's too lengthy, even you that is doing it, you can't even read it to somebody. Somebody is asking you, what do you want to work on? Now you now carry your book. I want to work on this. By the time you finish first line, you're reading second line, you have even forgotten what you wrote in the first line. That one is not good. But if it's very short, you know you can easily say it without opening any book. That is the secret. It should accurately reflect the contents of the proposal. What you have in the title should be the same thing as what is in the content. Don't write sometimes like, journalists, they know how to do that thing. The heading will say, Tinubu sacks Shetima. You will carry it as saying, hey, let's rest for this thing, sef. And this the ticket, sef, let it end. Then you carry it to your house, take your bath, eat, come and sit down in the parlor to read. Only for you to discover that what they are saying is that Tinubu was to travel with Shetima to Lagos to commission a project. But at the last minute, he remembered that there is another project in Enugu he wants to commission. So he sent Shetima to go to Enugu, and then instead he traveled with the FCT minister to Lagos. So journalists will just say, Tinubu sacks Shetima. Is it the same content? It's not. In proposal writing, if you write like that, you already make the person reviewing your work very angry. And once the person is angry with you, what will the person do? Cancel. Not recommended. So you avoid it. It should carry selling words for the particular discipline or business that you are talking about. Every business has some business languages. Learn it and use it. So this is an example. I'm trying to show an example of a title. I'm using this my training now as a proposal, assuming I wrote a proposal to Speedlink before I was considered to come and teach. See what? Building the capacity of what? Obagi youths on what? Writing proposal. Is that what I'm doing? That's what I'm doing. The other processes is there, but the heading already, if somebody reads it, they can picture what I'm talking about. Some of the rules in writing, there are about 12 rules in writing a compelling proposal. But for the purpose of this one, and since we have only 2 hours to deal with this, I'm only going to share with you 4 of those rules. There are 12. Rule number 1, do not what? Repeat words. In the title, don't repeat any word. If you don't repeat words, then your proposal title will be very compelling and you will write in a unique way. If you repeat words, it makes it clumsy, and then it will force you to be writing too many things, when both the necessary and unnecessary ones. Rule number 2, avoid what? Abbreviations. If I use abbreviations here, one abbreviation can mean so many things. For example, if I say OAU, what is OAU? OAU, who knows? Obafemi Awolowo University, yes. What does it also mean? So if I send a proposal now and they send it to a reviewer who is in Kenya or Ethiopia, for example, the person will see that my OAU in the title as what? Organization for African Union. And be reviewing my work as if I was writing to those people. Meanwhile, the person who wrote it is referring to Obafemi Awolowo University. So you can be sure that the reviewer will be assessing me based on the OAU he knows and be failing me that I'm writing out of context. He will even correct me that OAU means Organization for African Union, not Obafemi Awolowo University. That's why it's not good to use that in the title. What again? Rule number 3, I prefer what? 5 to 10 words, but maximum 15 words, so that your title will not be more than 2 lines. That is the secret. Once it's more than 2 lines, it's no longer It shows that you didn't think well in writing that stuff. And rule number 4, show what? The problem and what? The impact. So the title should show the problem. Now, looking at this example I've put here, this title, building the capacity of Obagi youths on writing proposal. What do you think is the problem here we are trying to address? What is the problem? Yes, proposal writing. That they don't have capacity for that. What again? What is the problem there? What about the youth? What happened to them? And then? Yes, build their capacity, and then? When you build their capacity, for what? To be able to grab opportunities. And then when they grab opportunity, what happens?
Utilize it.
Their income, yes. When they have income, what happens? They impact others, yes. When they do that, what happens to the region? There is development. Now, this is how the title works. That last one you mentioned, development, is what? The impact. The problem is that they don't have capacity to do those things, and as a result, they lack funding to carry out some of the businesses or things they want to do. So you see, from the title alone, only you are thinking, you have not seen the content, but you are already telling me what is inside the proposal, because the title was okay. Yes. So this is how it works. For the leader will be you, but you must be what? A champion or what? Change agent. That is an individual who believes in the new idea or concept, who is motivated enough to convince others about it. Because every time you come with a new idea, there are painkillers. Is it painkillers or idea killers? I don't remember painkillers. Do you have idea killers? Of course. They will just tell you something that this thing, are you the first person? I've been hearing this thing, no. In fact, I've been doing like this. Does it mean you will fail? No. So you must be ready to defend what you're saying. And what again? Ensures what? Buy-in, acceptance, or support for the idea. You must be able to secure commitment from other people, and then have good knowledge of SWOT analysis. SWOT here means the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and what? Threats. As an individual, you should have a SWOT analysis for yourself. So the number 2 assignment I'm giving you now is that, what was the first one? Go and study the SDGs. Is it not? Write it clearly. Number 1 assignment. Go and study the Sustainable Development Goals as if. Say what? Yeah, no, it's the same thing for online people. Those of you online, this is the same assignment for all of you. Number 1, go and study the Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 of them. Once you type on Google SDG, it will come out. Study it as if you want to write exam. But inside it, you will see 1, 2, 3 that appeal to you as a person. Grab those things and begin to develop ideas around them. And I can show you, from now till 2030, you'll be very busy until UN comes with another set of goals. You'll be busy. Me, there are some I've caught there. That's what I'm running with as a professor. So there's no size for that one. Anyone you catch, that's your light. Run with it. What's the second assignment? You should write your... No, the rules are not... I only told you 4. I'm saying it's okay for you now. Those 4 are okay. What I'm saying is SWOT analysis. SWOT means S is strength, W is what? Weakness, O is opportunity, T is what? Threat. Every one of us, we have strengths. We have our areas of strength. We also have our areas of what? weakness. And we also know that by virtue of our strengths, we have comparative advantage in approaching some things than others. But we also have threats. As an individual, if you know your strengths and the opportunities, what are you going to do? Amplify your strengths. So you continue to improve your strength, continue to create more opportunities, and then for the weaknesses, what do? You build your capacity in that area so that your weakness will gradually become your strength. Are you getting me? That's how it works. And then what you see as threat, if you have a way to avoid it, you avoid it. If taking one bottle of alcohol will make you lose guard, it's better for you to know that alcohol is not good for you and you avoid it. So for you, alcohol is a threat. True or false? It's true. So write it, all of you. That is number 2 assignment. Do your SWOT analysis about yourself so that you'll be guided in those things. So example, this is just how to write. So it's not this one, project leader and this thing. There's no big thing about it. Just my name, that is your name, where you are, your address. Don't go and look for this place, so does not exist. I just put it there. Center of Excellence for Community Development. Maybe I will go and register one company like that, sir. That's true. It makes sense, isn't it? I just wrote it just to illustrate this thing and say transfer. There's nothing like that. Email this. But I will go and register this company. Nobody should copy it. It's my own. I will go and register it. Because it's now I'm looking at it. The thing looks very nice to look at. Center of Excellence for Community Development. I will go and register it. So that as you're registering your own, we'll have some point to partner and work together. All right. Then, executive summary. You write it last. 250 to 500 words. But what is this executive summary? It summarizes everything about the proposal. The assessors use it to decide whether a project should be funded or not. It comprises short connected sentences indicating what? The brief justification for the project, an outline for the work plan, the expected results from the project, the significance of the project. So how many persons will benefit from it if it's implemented? And of course, you state what? The estimated budget. So it's a very simple way of writing it. The first sentence, why is the project necessary for you to do? Because there is a problem, you are trying to address that problem. What is the work plan? I will do this, I will engage this, I will do this, I will do that. Full stop. That is it. What is the expected result? If we successfully do this work, it will create more job opportunities for youth, it will build their capacity, it will do this and increase income. Boom. What is the significance? When this one happens, it will create more opportunities within the region and lead to what? Development. It will impact directly 200 youths and indirectly 500 youths and create development. All right, this is an example of executive summary. They are going to share these slides with you. You will have it so that you can go through it, the different sections. Just take note of what you need to, but they will share this with you. This is an example of executive summary. It says in recent times, Obagi HCDT has some skill gap in technology and saw the need to address the challenge. So what is the problem here? Skills gap among the youth. Yet, available training opportunities by donor agencies remain largely untapped because most youths lack the willingness to attend. Why? They are unable to what? Afford the training fees. Is that why they sponsored you? Yes. There is therefore the need to equip them by providing a platform for them to acquire what? Such training, as well as what? Empowering them with proposal writing capability to what? Enable them identify future training and business what? Opportunities. You see why the SWOT analysis is important? What again? Hence, this workshop seeks to build the capacity of Obagi HCDT youths to apply and what? Secure funding from what? Non-governmental sources to support their planned future businesses. I said non-governmental, but at least I've told you your local government chairman. That is governmental. That's senator. All of them, they have senatorial projects. Talk to them. They will help you. If you are working as a group and you write like that, they will help you. In fact, if you write, I'm sure if you bring it to SpeedLink, they can help you fine-tune it. If I see it, I can help you do some adjustments. You send to them. They will support it. What is it? The 2-day workshop, estimated at what? 7.5 million, shall train about 80 youths to improve their capacity in grantsmanship and what? Entrepreneurship for business success and what? Community development. I seen it. Is that title? That title I gave you. This one is my proprietary right, intellectual property. Don't carry it. I will use it to go and write proposal. I think I've given myself 2 assignments. I will register that NGO. And I will use this one as proposal to write. But I've given you an example. This is what an executive summary looks like. Even you or anybody, if you give it to anybody who can read, the person does not need to be a professor to understand this one. So now, even in this one, how many persons will be impacted? The significance of the training, that is it. See? And then, what again? Community development. So this is how to write it. For abbreviation, it's what you use in the proposal, so you don't need to bother yourself about whatever it is. I've used CEDC, and it means this. HCDT means what? This. LGA means what? This. SDG means what? This. Nothing. For the abbreviation section, the reason why you need this section for abbreviation is that in case the person reads through your work and sees the abbreviation, you are using it somewhere, instead of going to say, where did I see it first? Let me go and check how they defined it. The person will just flip to this section and quickly find it. Otherwise, if the person is not able to find it in the text and you don't have this section, the risk is that the person will just abandon the thing. I beg, I don't have time for this thing. And skip your own work. Because the more the person reviews, the more they are paying the person. So there is no limit to say you must pass this one, you must not pass this one. So you don't want to give any room for the person to abandon your work. That's what this one is all about. We've talked about impact. That is the long-term benefit, community development. The outcome is that you have built the capacity of the youth to write proposal or open businesses. The output is that you have trained X number of persons. And then the activity is the process of training that I'm doing now. So if we look at this now, in the executive summary, where do you find the output? Where is the output here? Because we are targeting 80 youths. Where do you find the outcome? Capacity, correct. Capacity. Because it's not a tangible thing. Capacity is the outcome. Then what is the impact? And what? Because that will not happen immediately. It is when they start to apply those things, it will happen. But the one that happens immediately is that I know that I'm training 80 youths. So are you seeing it? In one statement, the output is showing, the major output is showing, the outcome is showing, and then the impact is showing. Okay. So for introduction, That is number 5. I'm just following that sequence. For number 5, what you are supposed to show in your introduction is your what? Your competence and credibility and professional as well as organizational qualification. If your organization is into medical something and you're telling them that you want to go into construction, will anybody give you that kind of grant? Because that one you go and keep people now. Say you are constructing, meanwhile your own is medical. Or the same way, if I'm into farming and I'm going to write a proposal to say I want to establish a clinic that I'll be managing with myself and my team, will they agree with me? They will not. Except I have a medical doctor who is leading that proposal. Then it may work, because they will say because of the person's qualification they can give to you. So that's what your introduction does. It tells what is the significance of your new idea. How many persons are currently negatively affected, and how many persons will benefit when you implement it. Endeavor to link your proposal with what? The priority of the funders. So if you're writing to an LGA chairman, for example, don't just go and write because I said you should write to LGA chairman. Do some due diligence. Find out what is the interest of that LGA chairman. Because all of them, they have something that works for them. Like that training I said we did, of the 3 LGAs, only one of them was willing to host it. Because he has love for training of youth. Once he hears that you are talking of training, schooling, everything, he's very interested. So he was the one that provided the mini stadium where we hosted those people. There's another one we've already identified who is also interested in that one. We'll go and work with them. But our target is to move around the 23 LGAs in Rivers State. So we've done 3. Maybe one day we'll come and reach that your side. Endeavor to link your projects with the funder's priority. Generally, the introduction should be what? Clearly establish who you are. When we say establish who you are, you have to show the capacity you have and that you can implement that thing. Describe the goals of your organization. What it means is that most sponsors, while they are willing to sponsor you, it's not all sponsors that are willing to pick you from zero. Are you hearing me? Not all of them. Unlike the one the Obagi Trust has done now. They are now almost like picking you from zero. That is the foundation you need. When next you are engaging with other people, you will tell them your experience going through this kind of program. That is what will help you to what? Establish who you are. That you have been trained in so thing, and already this is what you're doing, this is what you think can be done, following that training that you've had. Describe the goal of your organization. So if it's a business you are putting forward, let them know that this is what you stand for. And what you are proposing is in line with your business idea. Demonstrate what? Your track record. If by that time you've done some things, and let me add, one of the ways to gather that track record is that here in this our region, I'm also from Rivers State. I'm from Rivers State. Most of us, we find it difficult to volunteer. Everything we do, we are looking for money. Everything we do, we are looking for money. Forgetting that when you volunteer, one, they will not ask you to use your money to go and do the work. They will give you money to go and do the work. It is inside that going to do the work. You will have, when you are finishing the work, they will feed you, they will pay your transport. If it's accommodation, they will provide for you. It's part of volunteerism. Now, when you volunteer that way, you are building your profile. For most funders, if your CV shows that you have done volunteerism for social organization, you have done for this, you have done for that, they will give you a letter to say that so person worked with us on social project as a volunteer. You are building your profile. Me, as a professor, even now, I do a lot of volunteerism in my office. Even the work that is not my business. Once I see that the thing is doing work, I put my head. Then I'll do it free. I've finished. Now, what happens is that when I've done that for a particular team, I will not go and write my name that I did it. You can agree with me that that same person, when next the person is somewhere and is facing another project, he will just look for me and say, oh boy, this thing, I'm going somewhere, they just invited me. So thing. The other time, my friend used to say, when you're talking and light come, means say they talk through. So now when they take light, I mean, they talk like they don't talk. I don't talk through. I mean, so when they talk, light come, no say they talk through. So volunteerism is very, very important. Please, I'm begging all of us. Are you hearing me? I'm begging all of us. If you go, even the LJ chairman, the senator, all those things I'm telling you, if you say you have an idea, this or that, if they want to sponsor it, they sponsor. But if they are organizing events around your place, learn to go and volunteer. Tell them you want to volunteer, they are not collecting money. You came for this thing, you want to help them to do it. What you're doing is that you're building capacity on the job. So if your CV shows that you have volunteered for so-so, volunteered for so-so, and you have letter to authenticate it, anytime you are proposing for something, even a job, most of these organizations, they will rather pick you than somebody who has 5 degree but has never volunteered for anything. That one is business secret. It wasn't part of this thing I was going to talk, but I've told you that one. Grab it and use it. Then the other thing is, demonstrate your track record. So I was talking of track record. When you have record of volunteerism, it will help you to what? Say your track record. Because when you write in your introduction to say you have done this, work with these people and all this thing, logically connect the problem to what? Connect the introduction to what? The problem statement. That means the end of that your introduction states the problem that you're trying to solve without giving details. Just state it. The whole of this thing is to enable you solve so problem that you have observed, you and your team. This is an example. I'm still coming with my title. That title is my proposal. This one is my intellectual property rights. And just for example. Okay, so this one is saying, like this is an example of introduction now. The Obagi HCDT is a specialized organization established to restore what? Crude oil polluted soils and livelihoods of Ogoni communities. Is it true? So that's why you should not copy it. I just put this as an example. The organization has what? Successfully trained over 3,000 persons using internally generated funds and support from what? Corporate organization. Is that what they are doing? Because I know in their record, they must have trained more than this now. However, the recent spike in what? Subscriptions for similar trainings by community persons from diverse walks of life in the 4 LGAs, blah, 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 has what? Resulted to what? Attendant increase in the cost and requires more funding. And requires more funding. What this proposal is not being written by the Obagi team. It's being written by my NGO that I say I'm registering. So I'm the one giving the example of what the Obagi Trust has done before and saying that there is need for more persons to be trained. For example, I heard from the district now, they were looking for how many slots and over how many persons applied. You understand? Which means there is still a lot to be done. Because on a normal day, they are supposed to train everybody who says they are interested. Is it not? they are supposed to train. But in reality, there is nowhere that you can train everybody as it were. You cannot. So you train based on available resources. So when there are opportunities next time, they now train others. So the justification is that, therefore, this application is necessitated by the need for increased external donor support for effective and efficient service delivery. So that is the problem at the end there. So the problem, you state the purpose for the study or the project, but you need to do some literature search. So before you do anything, that is what we mean by background information. If you want to approach any organization or anybody, you should be able to do some check about the person, what the person has passion for, what the person likes to do. Those of us who have kids at home, you will realize that sometimes the children, they know how to understand the parents. There is one of them, and the children are very smart too. They know if you to approach the daddy, they know who to send. And all of you, some of you, the way I'm looking at your face, you are very guilty of that. You just go very softly, go and meet daddy, you know, this thing like this. Then, even meanwhile, I told the other person, no, they are not sending you, you go. And when they notice that daddy is always saying yes to a particular person, every time is that person they will send. Then, that person that daddy is saying yes to, it's not always the person mommy is also saying yes to. They know the one mommy is saying yes to, so they will always send that one to mommy. Go and secure that thing for us. Then they will stay somewhere, all of them will share. So it's the same thing. You must do search. Why one person is succeeding with daddy and the other person is succeeding with mommy? It's because the person who is succeeding with daddy has studied daddy in a way that knows when to go and grab daddy, and daddy will say yes always. The same thing. So if you're asking for grants, you're interested in any particular person or organization, do your own background check so that the language you're going to speak is what they know and what they like to know. That's what I mean by literature search, both online and on the spot study. Demonstrate that the identified problem can be solved. Don't go and identify a problem that you can't even solve and you're saying you want to address the problem. Generally, this section should show the importance and significance of the problem. Importance, how does it negatively affect the society and individuals? And then significance, how, when it is solved, it will benefit the society. Indicate how the problem relates to your organizational goal. I see the vision of your organization. Elicit the interest of the reviewer to read further. How do you make somebody to read further what you're doing? It's to keep providing current information. If you go and give information that has been solved since and you're calling it a problem, who will answer you? Nobody. And because there are some things you'll be shouting and saying this is a problem. And then the people listening to you will just be looking and say this one. This will be like say this one is still 20 years behind. They have solved the problem, so it must be current. Relate the problem and outputs to what? Human needs and what? Societal benefits. That is the only thing that will make you know that you are solving problem. And once you are at this point, any business you're doing that provides for human needs and societal benefits, you will be very sure that you will always be in business. You will always be in business. Certain statements weaken your case. Avoid them. If you're writing, sometimes you will want to think that because the idea just dropped to you, you are the first person. No, that thing that is dropping on your mind, God is dropping it on plenty other people. If you slack, they will carry it. That's why sometimes you will know that you will see something somewhere, or you will see one advert or somebody talking about something. You say, yes, so that idea, that was the thing, I'm also thinking about it. Have you experienced that before? That is just to let you know that each time something drops on you, that's why you must write and act. If you wait, somebody else, because as it's dropping, is dropping on several other persons, not only you. It is only those who take steps that manifest it. Very little is known about something. When you go and say you want to convince somebody that you're doing well, or there is lack of information, you see all these things, they will not add anything to you. Instead, they will make the person reviewing angry with yourself. Imagine you saying that no research has been conducted on something. Meanwhile, the person reviewing it has spent 30 years of his life or her life conducting research in that area, and it's known globally. Then you, in one small corner, you're saying no research has been done. If it's you, will you be happy with that person? Immediately, you just conclude that this is a very unserious person. And once they conclude like that for you, now fail. Usually, it is better to say, for example, based on available information. When they check, they will say, okay, this one, that place, that community, no get internet. Okay, make a pity. But when you say this one, very little. This, meanwhile, you didn't go anywhere to check anything. What can you see from here? Okay, no, okay. Yes, what is this? What can you see? We are still under problem statement and justification. What can you see? Human face. That's what you're seeing. Okay, what are you seeing there? The same thing. Human face. Okay, what can you see? Madam?
I can see two things, a human face and a community.
Human face and community. Okay, what can you see?
I can see a very hairy man and a community.
Okay. Madam, what can you see?
I can see mud houses.
Mud houses.
Yes, sir. And some human faces.
And some human faces.
Yes.
Yes. Now, what do you observe? Actually, what is here, what I'm seeing here, you that said human face, come closer. Those of you online, I know that you are seeing it clearly. That's why I'm not asking you. Your screen is before you will see it. I know. Come, what can you see? Madam, what? Okay. I know. What can you see now? Say it now, they will not hear you. What you said and what you're seeing, is it the same? So, do you go? Thank you.
What I see? I'm seeing a community with a tree.
Yes, community with a tree.
Sorry. I'm seeing a community with a tree. But on the laptop, I'm seeing a human face.
On the laptop, yes. Now, what I'm trying to demonstrate is that in terms of identifying problem, if you stay from a distance and begin to think that Nasu Ibio, you'll be wrong. You need to get closer to the people you are trying to intervene for and ask them questions. That way, what you are calling problem may be different from what is actually the problem. That is why some projects fail, because they stay from a distance. There is a story of one of the companies. They went to a community. The person, officer, stayed in the car, just saw women carrying the can and going to long distance to fetch water from the stream. The person came back and proposed in the office, we need to build a borehole for them near the houses so that the women will not suffer. Then the person went and built borehole near the house. 6 months after, that borehole, nobody was fetching water. When the person came, the person still saw that the women are still going to the stream. It was at that time she went closer to ask, we built this thing for you people. Why are you still stressing yourself going to the farm? He said, but you didn't ask us anything. Who told you that that thing you're calling stress? Because that is the only time for them to exercise. That is the only time for them to socialize. You know that kind of arrangement. From house to the stream, a lot of gossip will go. And then by the time they are coming back, they are free from the stress of the house. So now you want to keep them, make them very weak. And they come out from the house, from kitchen to parlor to to veranda, then go back. Now it's not good for them. If she had asked, they would have said, yes, that's good though, but you can build it close to the stream for us, so that we'll still be strolling and socializing. So the actual picture you're seeing here is actually a tree. These are people now, mud house. But you see that the closer they were to the screen, the more precise they were saying what is there. So in identifying the problem, don't just assume. If you see something, ask those who are doing it. What they will explain to you that is a problem to them will be different from what you probably are looking at. So what do you see? A man with dreadlocks, wall of building, trees standing, houses built under trees, with windy roads with trees. Because see now, behind there you have trees, but see the street. It is important to clearly identify the social problem the proposed project seeks to what? Address. If you don't get this one, there will be no outcome, there will be no relevant impact. So you must see those things and know. So this is just a statement of the problem. Poor financing coupled with increasing requests for more interventions by Obagi communities requires more funding that is not readily available. Just like they cannot support everybody. They have to screen and get the best among you. But individual youths are unable to meet this high cost for training in new areas like what? Technology development, business management. As a community, it's supposed to be, as a community-based organization, Obagi does not also have the required financial resources to meet this. Therefore, increasing social needs for more intervention. It has therefore become imperative to seek for improved funding support from external donors. To achieve this, a proposal writing workshop was organized by what? Speedlink Solutions to do what? Help address the low youth capacity in what? The area of seeking donor support. Is that what we are doing? Yes. There is a problem and we are trying to address it. This is how to write the problem statement. You can see that this one connects to the introduction. So the goal, I just brought this one as an example. The goal is the final thing, which is the impact you are expecting. This is an inappropriate way of writing. This is an appropriate way. You have to make it clear and smart. Don't just write it in the air. For a business, this one is what they call the value proposition. We call it value proposition. That is, our product will help you to overcome issue of stress. You know, you see those kinds of things when they are doing adverts. All those things they write. They say one product, it will help you to stop headache. It will help you to do this. Those are all value propositions to make it attractive for you to buy. What is this one? How to write your project goal. Demonstrate how successful project implementation will what? Contribute towards development impact. That is any or a combination of what? The SDGs. That's why I told you to go and go through the SDGs. It will help you to understand all those things. So these are just examples. Institutionalized grantsmanship among what? Youths in what? Obagi communities. So that every youth in Obagi communities is able to come up with idea, work together as a team, and apply for those things to improve their standard of living. Or promoting what? Entrepreneurship among youths of what? Obagi community. Is that what we are doing? Yes. Because you are going to take some training on entrepreneurship. You are going to do some, and then when you're writing business plan, you are expected to write a business plan and attract funding. So that's what we are trying to do. Objectives, I'll leave this one. Objective simply means what you want to achieve within a short period of time. So that one is usually shorter. This is how to write good objectives. Link it to the goal and intended output. That's how to write. It reflects a result to be achieved within relatively short period, 0 to 2 years. That's how they do the objectives. So for objectives, you are stating what you want to do. So for objective, it is you, the person implementing the project, that is doing it. For me now, my objective under this example I'm giving you is to train youth on proposal writing. I seen it. That's an objective, because who is doing the training? I'm the one. The outcome is you, your mindset shift towards proposal writing or seeking for grants. That is the outcome. The impact is when you begin to win grants or money to support your business idea. That is it. Specify. Smart. You know, most times when there's a call, they will say, make your writing, your title, your objective smart. Smart is SMART. Smart. Smart there means specify, specific, specify, measure, appropriate, realistic, and then time bound. These are examples of objective. Based on the example I'm giving you, to elicit interest for what? Seeking project grants among youths from what? Obagi community. Is that what we are doing? Yes. We want to elicit your interest so that you will be, there is call all over, so that you'll be aggressive in seeking for those things. Like the Tony Elumelu Foundation calls, each time you see it now, you should be able to apply. $5,000. It's not a small money. And in case you don't know how to spend it, me, I'm available. When I spend, I'll bring the receipt. Just sign that you have spent the money. Okay. Output. The output is the expected result from what you are doing. So you don't need any textbook to write that one. It is based on the objective. You will get the output. If I'm eliciting interest of the youth, the output in this case will be the number of youths who are both physically present here and those who are online. Online, you say they are 35. 35, okay. Plus the number of persons who are here now. If my own output will be saying X number of participants were trained on proposal writing. So you clearly define outputs, make it possible to know when the objectives are being achieved. Generally, the output must be what? Significant, finite, that is definite, what you're saying. And then it's what? Measurable. If I want to say 50 persons were trained, is it measurable? Yes, we'll count. I'm sure you guys sign attendance register. That thing they are signing is also to show number of persons who are in attendance. Specific. And then what? Expected outcomes. There are two types of indicators. When you're checking the SDG, this thing, you will see there are two types of indicators. We have what? The output indicator and what? Impact indicator. The output indicators are quantitative. That is, there are things you can measure, you can weigh. Number of persons or participants trained, number of products produced, number of papers, number of that. And then the impact indicators are qualitative. That is, they are not tangible. You are talking of awareness, you are talking of attitude, positive change in attitude towards seeking grants. That is also a kind of output. These are just different styles they are measured. You can read all these ones when you get the material. Key questions for selecting and using indicators. All these things are there. But when you check the SDG platform, you will see there are 169 targets and there are over 1,000 indicators. Those things will help you to understand these things better. Outcomes from this training now. Some of the outcomes I'm expecting is what? You will have capacity to what? Outline a project proposal. Capacity, you cannot weigh it. But if I ask you, do you now have capacity to write proposal? You will either tell me yes or no. But the only evidence will be that when you are actually writing, I will know that you already have the capacity. What's the other one? Interest in seeking what? Potential donors and what? Preparing preliminary proposals. What again? Willingness to draft what? Fundable proposal. It means that some proposals are fundable, some are not. What again? Formation of what? Or active membership of what? Functional research team. Again, that is for teamwork. This is just an example of the importance of even this thing we are doing now. At the university level, amongst, this is University of Jos. This one is February 2024. Newspaper. I just grabbed it and put there. Even in the university, they are now saying what? You need just to consider research grants won by academic staff as criteria for what? Promotion. So, you're lucky to be doing that now. Assuming now you find yourself in any of these systems with this knowledge and you decide to develop it. Will this one be a threat to you? No, but you can be very sure. When they say this thing, within the system, there will be a lot of panic because a lot of people will be afraid. I assess people for promotion from even Ghana, universities in Ghana, and even here in Nigeria, Bowen University and others. It is already there. If a person is asking for promotion to become a professor and his record shows that he has not attracted grants, the condition says that the person cannot be promoted. So you see the person is doing well in everything. Once that area is zero, no promotion until you go and win grants. So for people like you, if you learn this and you begin to win, you don't know where you find yourself. You already have a record showing that you have won grants. This one will not hold you. This is for Bowen University. I hid the other part. It's from the office of the VC. That is the letter they wrote me. I just hid all those things just to show the criteria for promotion. You can see. Publication, 10 marks. What is this? Grantsmanship attracts what? 10 marks. If you have gone travel grant, 2 marks. If you have won research grant, 5 marks. If you have won fellowship and scholarship, 3 marks. So it's real. It's not just something we are coming here to trouble you with. It will help you as you grow up and you begin to get engaged deeply into your career or your business listing. It is a skill that you need. Methodology, I won't trouble you with this one. It's just about how do you want to implement it. That one, once you have got the goal, the title, the goal, and the objectives, how you go about it is what you will write under this one. This is how to write it, a simple way. Assume that you have the money, and then you start writing. There are 2 methods of getting information: qualitative or quantitative. This one, you are asking people for their opinion through questionnaire and everything. For example, if I show you, what color is this? The cover. I expect only the men to tell me green. Women, tell me, what color is this? Lemon. You see now? The men, they're green. I know, green, I don't know how to call. See now, lemon, I think. Madam, lemon green. You see your problem. Madam, lemon green. Why you follow them talk green before? Okay, what of this one? Biro blue. Sea blue. Sea blue. Oh boy, which color? Blue. You don't finish. That's what they will say. If I bring another one now, you will see that all the men. Oh yeah, what color is this? This cover. Pepper red, Abby. You say dark red. Which one? Madam, you say now what? Who said tomato red? You, tomato red. Which other red? Now, me? Anything you say is correct, though. That is what I'm trying to tell you, is that we are in this space of what? Qualitative parameters. Qualitative is as you see. What you see and you describe. For somebody who is having color blindness, they will call this one green. You know, this one for color blind people. This is green. This one I brought, if I ask them, they will say it's red. For color blind. That's why color blind people cannot drive. If not, when the traffic light say stop, they'll just speed and go and cause accident. So, but why I'm asking this is to show qualitative parameters. What is this? Color, attitude, and preference. If I bring biro now, blue biro and black, madam, what color do you prefer? Oh boy, which color? Black. Biro, Abi. So people have preference. Me, I like blue. But does it mean that biro is not biro? It's biro. So color is a part of qualitative parameter. It is what you prefer. That's it. That's about what? Preference. You can look at somebody and say, this person, I don't like the person's character or attitude. Meanwhile, the person has a very good friend who likes that. Is that happy that the person likes? Is anybody wrong? No. Those parameters are what? Qualitative. So when you're carrying out study, you should understand qualitative parameters when you discuss with people. Don't go and tell somebody that, no, you must like this one. No. That one you have problem because you are not reporting what you're seeing. Now, if I ask you, how many biros am I holding? One. Whether it be man or be female, or one is one. If I ask now, how many bottles am I holding? Two. Because that is a quantitative parameter. Whether you like it or not, 2 is 2. So that is for this one now. For the quantitative parameter, it's about what? Numbers. What? Weight and percentage. So if there's a scale here now, and I put this thing on the scale, and I ask every one of you, come, measure the scale, or write what you're seeing there. Everybody will record the same thing, because that is a quantitative parameter. So that is what I'm trying to show. When you're carrying out study, you should know those differences. Collaborators, this one is not a big deal. It's just for you to what? Network and what? Collaborate to enrich your proposal. So if you work together as a team, you're going to get more results. And when constituting your team, make sure it's not only men. If you have a team of only men, you will get the lowest score. Hello? If you have the team of all females, they will give you small higher score. But if you have a team of men, male and female, you will get full mark. If I were you and I'm forming team, what should I do? Male and female. Because when you have that combination, the results come out better than when you have people. Imagine, the females, they are more likely to just think the same way. The male to just think the same way. But when you have a balance of male and female, the thinking, everybody will be balancing each other. No, don't go like this. Come this side. That's why team composition is very important, male and female. That triangle I showed you about teamwork and 3 things, remember, there's a female, there's a male. Yes, we're almost getting to the end. Okay, so for collaborators, what we are saying is that you should be able to work together. Can you see that? That is a team of how many persons? How many males? How many females? What are they doing? They are all doing different things, is it not? And finish before the 2 minutes, then they stop you halfway. Anytime they stop you halfway and say, from that point, they will destabilize you till you finish your interview. Are you getting it? So you must learn. If they are giving you, your presentation is 5 minutes, try to work within 3 minutes so that they don't have the chance to stop you. Once they stop you, they will be using that one, because some people, they find it difficult to readjust when they are stopped that way. If you are not a fast person to readjust, don't allow yourself to be stopped when you're talking. It's better to just finish sharp. Are you done? Yes. When they ask you another one, just give them cream. Are you done? Yes. So sometimes it will make them think that you don't know the thing. So when they keep asking, you are responding. It makes the interaction better than you just talk. Then when they knock you grammar from inside that thing you said, you start fumbling. You say, this one, no be am. Number 2, is there a definite problem targeted for solution? Remember, we are talking of problem. It must be clear. Is the idea a creative or unconventional approach to solving the identified problem? What again? Does the idea have relevant scientific solution? Because it must be something that if other persons are asking you, you want to train others, it should be possible to train others to be able to do it. That is what this one talks about. And lastly, can the idea be successfully implemented within the budget? If your budget and the activity does not match, no, there's a problem. If your response to all these things are yes, it means that you're on your way to winning the grant. But if you have doubt in responding to anyone, no worries. Go back to the proposal and begin to fine-tune it until you are convinced with yourself that everything is yes. Then you submit. So typically what we have talked about is what? Pre-award, and then this is where we are. Find funding, develop your proposal, submit it, receive the award, and then what? Start your project. All these other things will now follow. Budget, invoice, apply, award management, and everything. In conclusion, grant seeking is an annual business conglomerate worth multi-trillion naira. There's plenty money, I'm telling you. Through even this, your trust, they can help you to get the link. Through Speed Link, they can help you to get the link. And I've already made commitments for the Tag Dev program I'm coordinating. We will also, by the time you're done, we'll talk with them and get those who have shown serious commitment to what they are doing, and we'll try to support them to the next level of what they are doing, especially for those that will be coming up with business ideas. We'll see how we can support the ones that aligns with what we are doing in the Tag Dev program. Grab your share of it. Though time consuming, writing a fundable proposal is worth the effort. Teamwork plus 3 things are essential. What are they? What are the 3 things? That woman for up. Yes? Identify, funder, teamwork, yes? What are the other 3 things? That woman, to identify a funder, the man, to do what? Do your own work. Is it not? Gather relevant information. What's the 3rd thing? Submit a carefully written proposal. Different donor agencies insist on different ways of what? Arranging the basic elements of a typical proposal. Because each funder has its own. But in case you're writing an unsolicited proposal, you can use this 16 template, this template of 16 components I've given you. These are different sources where you can link with your internet on your phone. If you click on this, it will take you to different places where you can get donor support, especially here. There are different types. The ones that support youth organization, some of these people they do, but don't go too far. If going far is a problem, your AGA, I told you. If you have the thing, talk, me, I will follow you go. I'll drive with you, go there. Yes?
So what if they fund you and you're not able to perform the task? And then
That is a blacklisting. They will blacklist you. In fact, if they decide, they can come and arrest that kind of person. When they fund you, endeavor to implement. Because you're already building a profile for yourself. If you implement one and you successfully complete it with a report, they will call you next time to come and continue. So it's very important. Don't be carried away when they give you money. Don't go and use the money for other things, because that's what people do. Don't do it. Implement. Inside it, if it's 1 kobo that comes out for you to take, collect the 1 kobo. Continue. After all, it's not your money you spent. Continue. There will be one that will come that you make millions without stressing yourself, because you have already developed a template. You ride on it and you get more. These are different sources. All these ones are sources for funding. All these ones. How to write proposal, different templates online. You can pick. Yeah, these are some publications from my own end. Yes?
so can you like 2 different funds? Like you get 2 different funds to like fund a project, and then probably you have a team, so your 2 different teams meet different NGO to fund a project. And then you solve one problem, like 2 money to solve one problem. How will they confirm that you are not wasting the money? Probably you are not using 2 different money on one project. How will they know?
You can use money from different funders for the same problem. For example, I mentioned to you, we are talking of your training here now. It's not only you guys that applied. On a good day, if there is funding, everybody that applied should be trained through the same process. So if you are after your training, if the trust gets another funding from another source, they can still use it for another set of training. The one that is a crime is when you collect the money. The one you have from one is to train 50 persons. You collected another money from another source to train 50 persons, which means you are supposed to train 100. If you go and train 50 with the money from the 2 sources, that one is a crime. Because you will not submit the names from this place to the other people. Okay, sorry. So it's a good idea to have from different sources, but use it for the different things. If you took it from A to train 50 persons, the 50 persons should be different. If you got from B for another 50 persons, expand it to get additional 50. That way you are not committing a crime. But I know sometimes some people may say, oh, you use the same names and give to the other people. It's not correct. Are you getting me? So you can get even from 3 sources. So if it's 50, 50, 50, total, you should have 150 persons. Because the reason why you are getting from more than one source is to ensure that the thing gets to more persons. So this is just the take-home assignment. It's past 2 already. Take-home assignment, concept notes, font type, this, that, single line spacing. So,
sir, how are we supposed to submit the assignment? Those online.
speed link is here. Submit it. They will collect it from you. They know what to do. Huh? Do you understand? They'll submit it. Although my email is there, but I'll prefer that you submit it to Speedlink here. They will collect it and send. But if not, my email is on the first.
Wait, we should submit it physical.
No. I don't want that one. Online.
Okay.
Don't print anything. It's email. Just send it. If there is any correction, we'll review and send back to you. Don't go and waste money. And all right. So I think that's the end of the class. Thank you very much. This is just a recap. This is what you use. You follow the format for the assignment. Thank you. You guys are very resilient. Thank you for listening. This is what collaboration does. When you network and you work together, you produce better results. So, under collaboration, what is the first one there? Teamwork. Is that what you have there? Yes. What again? It helps you to exchange ideas. It also does what? Inspire. And then what? Share ideas. What again? It now ensures success. And what? You are able to assist each other. And what again? It creates trust. And what? Support. So as a team, you won't say they gave A to go and look for something. And when he came, he's not able to find 10 of them. He got only 7. It is not your place to tell him that you mean you cannot go and get the 10. He got 7. All of you help him to get the remaining 3 because it's the team. That is the support. In teamwork, nobody is less important than the other. So for ideal collaboration, every member has a clear role and responsibility. There must be mutual trust and exchange of ideas. Each partner inspires the other to achieve success. And what? Collaborating entities assist and support one another to achieve what? The set goals and objectives. And that's why they said one. That one for marriage. One. But it can apply everywhere. One chase how many? 1,000. Bible scholar. Then 2, how many? 10,000. You see that kind of mathematics. The same way, when you're working if you work as an individual, what you achieve cannot be compared to when you're working as a team, what they will bring on table. Time frame, let's leave this one. The just duration. The thing will cost 6 months, whatever. This is an example of a work plan. Orientation and mobilization for sample, first 2 months. Literature review throughout. Objective 1, baseline study, 3rd and 4th month. Ecotoxicity this month. And then close out presentation or report. This. For a 6-month study, this is how the work plan looks like. You have activity this way and this. When you're writing proposal to anybody, if you have this kind of thing in it, you are communicating to the person that you know what you're doing. Because the person can see at a glance that this your project will last for 6 months, and then for each month you have activities in it. This is another one for 12 months for a 1-year project. All this kind of. So you can adopt these things to suit what you're doing. This is another one for 2 years. Q1 means quarter 1. That is January to March. Q2 means quarter 2 and so on. So this is another one for a 4-year project where you have year 1, year 2, 3, and 4. What you have here is the 12 months in the year. So different templates. This is another one. This one too is copyrighted though. It's inside one of my proposals I'm writing. I just put it here. So it's protected by intellectual property. It's just for illustration. But you can see, what is this? Showing work plan for what? 2-year non-forest lignocellulose biomass project. I call them big English so that you will not go and look for it. Preliminary activities. create designated account for the water essence project. It's actually a proposal for water essence something. This one. What again? Implementation meetings. You see? Throughout. Literature search. Throughout. Activity 1. Collect banana, plantain, water essence samples. You see? We are doing it every quarter. In a year, we'll sample twice, and then other things follow. So this is an example of a multiple year, a practical example of how you can write your work plan for a 24-month study. I will leave all these ones because we have talked about impact. We've talked about outcome. We've talked about outputs and activities. Means of verification is just attendance sheet for register, and then these other ones. Input, this is a logic framework that talks about, one, when you provide inputs and you perform the activities, it will lead to a certain result. Then the outcome and the impact. We have said this one is the immediate result, followed by the outcome, that is me, the result I'm getting is this one. For you, the outcome is for you. Change of mindset, that the transformation that is taking place in your mind, and then the impact is when you apply it and begin to be successful in your business. This is just an example of a training this thing. This is also an example. These are all different ways of presenting the logical framework. So generally, the logical framework talks about create a logical framework. So this one will be the title. You must have a goal statement that contributes to that one. And then you have objectives that contribute to the goal. And then you have activities that contribute to the objectives. So this is an example. And then you have this. This is another logical framework, a simple one. Objective 1, you put it there, and then you continue with those things. This is another example of a logical framework. The outcome, you write it. The impact, you put it there. The output 1, and other things that it contributes, you put. But the templates for each funder, they differ. There is no specific one. That's why I'm showing you different types. So depending on the call, if there is no such call, you can pick any one that is convenient for you and use. This logical framework thing, a lot of people, even real professionals, they don't know how to do it. But me, a few times, I've used it to collect money from NGOs. And I just go and write this thing. I'm not bringing anything. No. It's what they have in their proposal. I'm just using. But when I go there, I'll be demanding for this, demanding for that. Everything I want to eat, I'll be eating. Then they pay me a logical framework. So it's good for you to know it. You can use it to benefit somewhere. In your write-up, use it. Now, this is an example of a completed one. Using that work plan I showed you on water essence. This one too is still copyrighted. I'm still working on it. It's my own proposal. But I did it to illustrate. So you see, the title is there. The problem statement is there. The goal is there. The outcome is there. The outputs are there. The activities are there. The resources there. The rationale for it is there. The assumption is there. And then what? External factors. This one, if you carry this, everything about the proposal, look at it there. But the proposal itself is about 30 pages. So it's the 30 pages that I've reduced to one page like this. And it's a skill that you should learn. So you can use this as a template when you're writing your proposal. Yes. For the budget, this budget section is very important. Because, you know, money can make two friends become enemies. No matter your proposal is fine, if your budget is too risky, the funders may not support it. So avoid sloppiness. Sloppiness is incomplete budget. there are 10 items on the budget line, but when you're writing, you went and put only 8. Yet the total is still meant for 10. That is sloppiness. Wastages, you know this one now? Me, I call it inflated budget. What's the other name for it? Let me see whether there are politicians here.
Budget padding.
Budget padding. Have you not heard that one before? Budget padding, yes. Me, I was using this thing before they started coming with budget. But inflated budget, that is budget padding. Because when you're submitting a proposal, the funders, no matter where they are, near your vicinity, they have reviewers. So if you go and say you are staying in interior village, and then you put any figure you like, inside that your interior village, they have a reviewer. Even if the person is not living there, the person may be living somewhere, and the person will go to that place and ask. So if you say in your village, this thing is 2,000, meanwhile it's 500, the person will go back and report that this thing is 500. The highest you can get it there is 700. What will happen to your proposal? They say this one, be like, say this one thief. What about this? Creating doubts. When the budgets are too low, because you want to attract it, you are giving small figure. Some technicians do it. Say they want to repair door. They say, okay, this one. Meanwhile, you got somebody who told you it's 5,000 to buy it and to fix it, workmanship. You say it's too much. Somebody came and said, okay, no, this one I can do it now, 1.5. Quickly, in your mind, you are saving 3.5. You go and give the person. Then the person goes to market. From that money, cut you from the market. Okay, no, say the thing don't cost to. That key, now 4,000. Okay, so make I send you 2.5. You have given 1.5 now. Let me send you 2.5. You say, no, I use 500, pay transport, come market. So you are going to give him how much? 3,000. Then it means he will pay another 500 to come. So you give him 3.5. How much have you spent? That is the 5,000. When he comes and finish the work, he say, workmanship. Okay, pay me anything you like. When they tell you pay me anything you like, you know, say they don't deal with you small. Buy fake one. So you always know that. Calculation errors. Excel is everywhere. When you do calculation error, it portrays you as what? Careless. Say this one, go throw away our money. No give am that thing. So the budget, this is an example for a multiple year project. If you are doing a 1-year project, at least it will be only one. This one is just a summary. If you are talking of travel, travels can be both local and international. And then you state the one by road, how many? The one by sea, how many? In case you have that. Equipment too, you list them and put. But what I'm showing here is just the summary of those things, just to show how it works. But what you will notice is that year 1, you see this one, year 2, this, year 3, this. What is bringing that variation is we use inflation rate to calculate what they call net present value, so that you won't go next year and be telling them that, oh, sorry, if you put 2020 all through for the same activities, you will be shitting yourself, because inflation will change values, prices and things. Inflation. So if you make provision for inflation, then you show this variation, so that when it gets to this year, you are not asking them for variation. You just implement. If it favors you and the thing drops below this, better for you. But it's better that way than the thing goes higher and you start struggling to implement. So the last part is 16. If you have any documents to support your work, what you have done before, reports, map, or other diagrams, you can attach it as annex to the concept note. Well, having done all those things, you are going to ask yourself, checklist for flying proposal. Can the idea be presented in 1 or 2 sentences? Because when you finish writing, If it's something you have done well and you thought about it very well, you should be able to present it to somebody in 1 or 2 sentences. So if somebody is asking you, hello, what are you working on? That's not the time to say, you see, in a total place, people are dying of hunger, blah, blah, blah. That's not what you want to say. That 2 minutes means 2 minutes. That is, yes, 2 sentences. The first sentence states the problem you want to address and how you want to address it. The next sentence tells the person the solution you are bringing and how it will benefit the society and the person's company. You are done. It's better for you to speak